Hi, it's Miss Berry from Berry and Transit Rentals. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the air brake test. There are 5 parts to the air brake test, or 5 different tests as I should say. Okay, there's the low leak, the low warning, the spring, the service, and the parking brake test. Okay? I like to call it the LLSSP. Low leak, low warning, spring, service, parking. Now, your low leak test checks the air compressor to make sure that it's not leaking. That's what the low leak test is for. Now, your air compressor, which is controlled by your governor, it warns the driver when your air pressure drops 60 or below with the low warning buzzer that you have low air pressure. The governor will tell the air compressor to warn the driver that he has low air pressure. Thus, the low warning buzzer will ignite at 60. That's the low warning buzzer test. That's what the low warning buzzer test is for. It checks to make sure that the low warning buzzer works. The low leak test, again, checks to make sure that you do not have a leak in your air compressor. Then there's the spring brake test, which tests to make sure that the spring will pop out inside of the parking brake between the numbers of 40 and 20 psi. That means as you're losing air and the air is dropping between 40 and 20, the parking brake knob will pop out and stop the vehicle, where the spring in the parking brake knob will pop out to stop the vehicle. So, we have the low leak test, which checks the air compressor for leaks. We have the low warning test, which checks to make sure that the low warning buzzer comes on at 60. We have the spring brake test to check to make sure that the spring will pop out in the parking brake knob between 40 and 20 when you're losing air pressure. Then you have the service brake test, which checks your brake pedal that you use every day, the brakes that you use to serve you every day. You're checking to make sure that when you step on that brake, that the vehicle that you're driving stops dead center. It should not pull to the left or pull to the right. It should stop dead center. So that's what that test is for. Then you have the parking brake test, which is that knob we were talking about earlier. We want to make sure that the parking brake knob holds the vehicle when it's engaged. I.e., if someone was to throw that gear shift in park or low or whatever and step on the gas, we want to make sure that the vehicle do not move as long as you have applied that parking brake knob. FYI, apply means to pull it towards you. That's when it's engaged and or applied. To release it, that means to push it in away from you to release the parking brakes. Okay?